Ladies and gentlemen, now on the field for pregame warm-ups, please welcome the goalkeepers and your players from your North Carolina FC. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues around the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit SelectSportAmerica.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the stands are now open. We appreciate your patience as we kept everybody safe during this weather delay. Seating is now open. Let's keep our fingers crossed with the weather gods and enjoy the game.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Hand, touching hand, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Look at the night, and it don't seem so lonely. We fill it up with only two. And when I hurt, burden runs off my shoulders. How can I hurt when holding you? Warm, touching warm, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I'm inclined to believe it never would. Oh, no, no. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. Sweet Caroline, I believe it never could. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good.
Hear exclusive stories directly from the USL Championships players in USLChampionship.com's From the Pitch, with written and video content that provides unfiltered access and a first-person look into the professional game and players' everyday lives. Fruits and vegetables are packed with vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. Strive to eat a rainbow of fruits and vegetables every day. This tip for a healthy weight counting is brought to you by WakeMed Cary Hospital. Do you want real-time insider info? How about a place to voice your opinion and talk with fellow fans? If so, then share your passion with North Carolina FC on Facebook. Hey fans, North Carolina football and
Baker Roofing are proud to announce the Baker Roofing #AlwaysGoodWork Fan Vote Contest. Following each home match, visit our social channels to cast your vote for the hardest working player of the game. Each week, a winner will be randomly selected and have an opportunity to win the grand prize, a VIP package to their choice of a North Carolina FC or North Carolina Courage match remaining in the 2019 season.
Back on the road, back in the saddle, back to the land, back in the game, back in the swing of things, back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
At Strategic Systems, we understand that a reliable IT infrastructure doesn't just materialize by itself. We've been helping Triangle businesses of all sizes build and manage secure, reliable technology solutions for over 25 years. Strategic Systems and CEI. Are you transforming your business?
Backyard Bistro, the official concessionaire of WakeMed Soccer Park. Great food, drinks, and perfect for sports fans. Visit us on Hurricane Alley in Raleigh. Tonight only, Backyard Bistro offering the buffalo chicken sandwich with blue cheese fries and a fountain drink for $10. Fans, visit our merchandise stand located on the east and west concourses for your favorite North Carolina FC and North Carolina Courage merchandise today. Want more soccer? Follow along as USL League One continues to shape the game in the United States. Stay up to date on League One action at USLLeague1.com or watch live on ESPN+.
And we welcome you to Cary, North Carolina, WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium for USL Championship action. And boy, do we have a good one here tonight. Nashville SC 8-3-5 on the season. North Carolina FC 7-2-6. When you take a look at how that translates in the standings, that tells you the story even more. If North Carolina FC can get a 3-point victory tonight, depending on what the New York Red Bulls do, that means North Carolina FC can in fact jump into third place. Also worth pointing out that they have a game in hand on Nashville SC. And hello everybody, I'm Dean Linke. Delighted to be back with the beautiful man, John Bouye. And John, those standings truly tell the story on this one.
Yeah, they certainly do, and Dave Sarakin has the team playing so phenomenal, Dean. They've done so well here at home, but a big game because NCFC has a game in hand against Nashville. If they could get a win tonight, they could jump into third place.
All right, John, last year Daniel Rios scored 20 goals for North Carolina FC. This year, he's already got 10 for Nashville.
Yeah, he's doing it for Nashville just like he was doing it for NCFC. Such a talented player. They're really going to have to keep their eye on them in this game tonight.
All right, and the center backs will have to mark two forwards, him and Lancaster. We'll start with Sam Brotherton. Already a couple goals. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, such a talented player. Of course, some time with the New Zealand national team. Just a solid center back there for North Carolina FC.
Right next to him, the former Tar Heel superstar, Alex Comcia.
Well, I enjoyed watching him for 4 years at UNC. Such a talented player. Helped him to the College Cup in 2016, 2017, and he really needs to shut Daniel Rios down tonight.
All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for North Carolina FC. Of course, both the center backs, but in the middle of the park, Dre Fortune has been really good alongside Ben Spies.
Yeah, you talk about a local product here and such a talented player in the midfield for North Carolina FC. Really talent from every single position, Dean.
All right, you'll see Guillen on the left, Taylor on the right, Austin Pacho making his first start on that right side, and Donovan Iwolo will be up top. We can tell you Amkani Chester with some food poisoning. He is on the bench, as well as Austin DeLuz. That's the starting lineup for Dave Sarakin's North Carolina FC team. Meanwhile, for the Nashville Soccer Club, as we showed you, 2 points ahead of North Carolina FC. And of course, we already told you about Daniel Rios, also Bolu Akinyodi, who spent some time with North Carolina FC.
Yeah, a full year here. He was a fan favorite when he's here. They really loved him. Such a talented player in the midfield. Really, that midfield is the difference for Nashville SC.
Liam Doyle, number 5 from The Ohio State University at center back. And Sparrow in goal. And the head coach of Nashville SC, Coach Smith, who won an MLS Cup title with the Colorado Rapids, and told me before the game really likes what they're building in Nashville. Of course, they'll be MLS next season, and he is expected to lead them back into MLS, as Gary Smith did such a great job with the Colorado Rapids. And Dave Sarakin has done such a great job here, former national team coach. What a job he's done.
He really has. He's believed in this product the minute he got here, Dean. Such a talented coach. He's a winner, and he brings a winning product onto the field. He likes to use a lot of young players, and you've kind of seen that filter to the roster here at NCFC.
Dave Sarakin sitting next to his assistant coach, John Bradford, Clint P.A., and Nick Platter, a fine coaching staff for North Carolina FC. John, great to be back with you as you see Ben Spies. He's been a rock in the middle.
Yeah, he certainly has, and of course, he's really going to have to be big tonight. As we mentioned, the midfield for Nashville has been really, really strong. Both of these teams are really just kind of holding on to some fantastic wins, and you just talk about them. But Dre Fortune and Ben Spies is going to be challenging in the middle.
Always have time for Miller time as well. Stephen Miller on the USL Championship Team of the Week with a goal and an assist in the tie against St. Louis. Stephen Miller wearing the captain's armband tonight, and we are underway. Delighted to be with you on ESPN+. Nashville SC in their full yellow uniform. North Carolina FC in their home blues. A 45-minute weather delay because of lightning 15 or so miles outside of the area. Safety first, and apparently that cell is gone. At least we knock on wood, hope so. Meanwhile, Nashville, they know all about weather. On Wednesday, they actually had to cancel their game against New York Red Bulls, a game they were leading at half after they scored 2 goals coming from behind, but that game, they're going to start all over.
Yeah, they made it all the way through halftime, but they're going to go ahead and start that game all over. And it seems like weather's been a delay for many teams lately.
Brotherton looking for Donovan Iwolo, and there's Doyle, who will bring it back to Sparrow, getting the start in the goal. Connor Sparrow, left to right, Justin Davis, Liam Doyle, Bradley Bourgeois, Darnell King across the back for Nashville. Bolo Akanyoti, your holding mid. Michael Reed in front of him. Kosuke Kimura, who was on that Colorado Rapids team that won the 2010 MLS Cup with Coach Smith in his second year. And then it's Lebo Mulatto from South Africa, and then Cameron Lancaster coming over from Louisville along with Daniel Rios. And as you were telling me before the game, John, it's not just a matter of Rios coming in, but adding Lancaster as well has been effective.
Yeah, and Coach Gary Smith was talking about how excited he is to have these 2 forwards finally playing together.
Played forward for Iwolo. Miller plays it to him. Iwolo will check it back to Fortune. Fortune making the game look easy of late. Here's Spees. Now over to DJ Taylor. Taylor, one of the best right backs in the league, heading down near the end line, trying to earn a corner kick. It's a corner kick, North Carolina FC.
When you talked about DJ Taylor, he's such a great defender, but he's such a great attacker as well. And there you see him just join the attack with NCFC, try to get that ball in quick.
Driven in, loose, and it'll fall to Sparrow. Well, they did not mess around at all. Sent it right in, and Sparrow able to gobble it up.
Yeah, nice work from NCFC, just getting the ball in quick there, just trying to find a blue jersey there in the box.
Hot and muggy. Fans were not allowed to come into the stadium because of their safety as well for quite some time, but they hung around, had a good time, and now they're ready to go, John.
Yeah, and always a good crowd here at Salem Stadium, and just a beautiful night for soccer. As you mentioned, a little hot and muggy, but it's cooled down a little bit with the weather. We
did not have time to bring in the bell for every time John Bouyer says beautiful, but that's one in the books. 3 minutes in, here's Fortune switching it over to Taylor. Taylor, he's got Graham Smith behind him. Taylor with a left foot. Nice shot. Was it deflected over? It was. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Yeah, now DJ Taylor just keeping the defenders here on their heels. Instead of taking this one out wide, he cuts into the center and just hits a beautiful left foot strike that Sparrow has to tip over the bar. Great work early on from that right side of DJ Taylor.
So Dre Fortune will hustle over again. Last time he sent it in there pretty quickly. Now taking a little bit more time. Right foot. Was trying to find Aaron Guillen, sent out of bounds. Will be the third corner kick, North Carolina FC. So here's Fortune again, just 4 minutes in. 3 corner kicks already for the home team. Fortune lofty, this one far post. Iwolo was there. Stays in bounds, Miller keeps it alive. And it'll be a throw in as down goes Kimura.
And Miller just tries to play this one back in, and he plays it off Kimura's face and got right back up and shaked his hand on that one too, shook his hand.
So Kimura went right down. Be a throw in here for Guillen. Taking his time, looking for somebody open. Now Miller will give it right back to Guillen. Guillen over to Fortune. Fortune, tight quarters. Sent in by Miller. Looking to find Poncho, who was a key player for Todd Yeagley in the Indiana Hoosiers. Dave Sarakin cannot say enough good things about just the positive attitude he's brought every day in practice. Hasn't played a ton, but has been ready to go to work and now gets a chance.
Yeah, gets his opportunity, as you said, put everything he possibly can into the workouts, into the practices, and then earn it on the field here.
Here's Sam Brotherton trying to find Miller. And it's too long. Nashville SC. They do some work with the Tennessee Soccer Club as we say hi to Stuart Brown and Taylor Johnson, Ronnie Woodward, and the rest of the Tennessee Soccer Club folks watching on as Coach Gary Smith directing traffic for Nashville SC. 6 minutes in, no score. Nashville and North Carolina FC. Doyle will run it down. Doyle with that big left foot, knocks it long. They'll go off of Lancaster. One back, taken away by Miller. Stephen Miller. They put him on the left side. He's got the ability to tuck inside, John, and it's been working quite well as a left midfielder.
Yeah, great work from Miller there just to win that ball back from Nashville.
Oto pushed it forward to Cameron Lancaster. He's from England. Brotherton comes over. As we showed you off the top, Brotherton and Comcio will have to play big games to handle those two center forwards. There'll be a corner kick now for Nashville SC.
Well, we haven't really called Daniel Rios' name that much in the game so far, but it really only takes him a split second to find some space, Dean.
So corner kick, Justin Davis, fresh out of college from Albany University. His left foot sent in near post, trying to find Lancaster. Will be topped in the air. Ben Spees comes over in support. And Spees does enough. Fortune plays it back to Spees. Spees wasn't expecting it, and so now Nashville, Kimura will settle it down. Oak City supporters, loud and proud as always here. As we walk you up to minute 8, still no score. Nashville SC. Graham Smith getting the start, middle of the park. King will switch it. So some patience right now from Nashville, John.
Yeah, it is, and you see Moloto in the middle of the field. He's really trying to pull the strings out there and get that ball out wide, but Carolina's doing a really good job so far of shutting that down.
Here's Iwolo. So Marios Lomas, who did such a great job replacing Rios, was having a great season, broke his foot and expected to miss the rest of the season. And then Cristo, he's been very good, but he's also a little banged up. He is listed as a sub, but not 100%. So Iwolo finds another chance here as he gets back-to-back starts for Dave Sarachan. Here's Guillen. Guillen, who's also played some center back when Brotherton was out, moves back to left back. And here is Brotherton. Good to see him back in there as he missed a few games.
And you just start to see Nashville putting a little bit of high pressure on the back four here of Carolina, trying to see if they can slip up, make a mistake, and win that ball away.
Fortune and Taylor. Graham Smith calling for it. He's got some open space, gives it to Spees. Spees will turn. What a great slotted ball on the angle to Guillen. Guillen now can serve a good ball. Guillen, they know he wants to keep it on his left. They play his left, so he'll give it back to Miller. Guillen may get another shot, but not before Boluak and Yodi will knock it out of bounds.
And Kimura did a great job to just stay with Guillen there and not let him get past.
Knocked out of there. Spees will clean it up. He was looking for Iwolo. They were not on the same page, though, as Bourgeois, number 22, takes care of business, gives it back to his goalkeeper. We're in minute 10, still no score. North Carolina FC, Nashville SC. Of course, Nashville SC going to MLS next year. Speaking of big news, on Tuesday, a big press conference downtown Raleigh with Steve Malik, the owner of North Carolina FC, John Kane, one of the top commercial real estate developers in Raleigh, along with Billy Redmond, Kirk Johnson. Big press conference announcing plans for a 20,000-seat stadium.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, this is exactly what NCFC needs, what this community needs. What a great announcement. So excited for the future of this club and really downtown Raleigh.
Liam Doyle will play it out of the back as you're seeing Nashville SC. At times it's a 3-5-2. Sometimes it looks like there's 5 in the back, but a well-structured 3-5-2 for Nashville SC. Say hello to Mike Jacobs, the fine general manager for Nashville SC. Talked to Gary Smith before the game, and he's loving being in Nashville. Said they've got a great young staff, great support, doing things at the right pace, and I think they'll step right up with good timing and everything checked off the box.
Yeah, well, you know, I just happened to watch a video when the announcement came for Nashville to get an MLS franchise, and just the excitement behind that and everything that's happening down in Nashville, and the new stadium that's getting ready to be built, breaking ground on that. Just a lot of really good things happening for Nashville SC.
Pancho will switch it over to Guillen. Guillen now looking for Stephen Miller. Miller will earn another corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC. 4th corner kick already for the home team, John.
Yeah, and you just love to see the work off the ball. When Stephen Miller doesn't have the ball, he's still running around trying to get open, create lanes and spaces. Dre Fortune is doing the same thing out there. Keep moving even without the ball. You love to see that early on.
So Dre Fortune taking corners from both sides. Iwolo moving around. Pancho trying to be dangerous. Brotherton's there, and Sparrow will punch it high in the air. And I'll tell you what, John, as a former goalkeeper, that was a punch that mattered right there.
It certainly was. A lot of goalkeepers come up and try to catch that, but he felt that there was a player right there that might have impeded that. He did a good job of punching it far away from the goal.
John Bouyer, former goalkeeper, was with St. Bonaventure for a few years. Spees drops it over, trying to find Iwolo. And here's Rios. Rios drops it, now played in the middle of the park to Michael Reed. Reed wearing 17. He'll give it over to Doyle. Doyle was drafted in MLS back in 2016, but has spent the majority of his career in either former NASL or USL action, and here's Doyle on it now. 13 minutes in. Rios marked by Comcia. DJ Taylor. We've had a lot of fun comparing him to DeAndre Yedlin. I'll tell you what, DJ Taylor every game gets better and better, John Bouyer. His work at right back this year has been outstanding.
Yeah, and his work ethic, of course, and then his pace. He just never, ever slows down, it seems like, out there on the field. And that's exactly what you need from the right back position.
Dre Fortune knocking Bolo Akinyoti off, and then goes ahead and pings one long over the crossbar. That's a good shot, because I used to see Dre and Bolu training out at WRAL Soccer Center in the offseason. Look at these two go at it.
Yeah, they're probably friends, and look at this. Dre Fortune gets the best of him and then just tries to take a shot to get over a Sparrow. He didn't hear the whistle blow there.
Dre Fortune knocking down Bolo Akinyoti, who was named to the Nashville's most eligible bachelor list, by the way.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
Here's King. You can see the defensive shape of North Carolina FC looks strong as Rios has to check all the way back to the midfield circle to get a touch. We'll see if North Carolina FC can expose that 3-back system for Nashville SC. Here's King on it, 14 minutes in, still no score. King pushing forward, bunts up, goes off of Spees. They'll bring it back. It'll be a free kick opportunity now for the team in yellow. That's Nashville.
And Darnell King, good job there just to try to take that ball to the midfielders there and just get around him, but just got picked up the foul. This will be a free kick opportunity here for Nashville.
Sent in. Tambakis has it. No problem.
You love those ones as goalkeepers, Dean. You can see it the minute it lets go of his foot. He just sees that thing in the air, and he's coming out and grabbing that every single time.
Now, John, the way I understand it, as a former goalkeeper in your younger days, you ran across Dave Sarakin at some point, correct?
Yes, I did. Yeah, when we had done some camps together. He was part of the under-17 New York development team. The NYPD is what they called it, and such a talented coach. And he said to me, hey, I'd love to see you show up at Cornell, and he talked to me about going there. And unfortunately it didn't work out for me at Cornell, but we did get to play them at St. Bonaventure, and we got the 2-0 win, and I was really, really excited about that one, Dean.
I'm guessing he mentioned that before he looked at your grades.
He did. I didn't know they didn't give athletic scholarships at Ivy League schools.
Doyle back to Akinyoti. 16 minutes in, still no score.
But even then, Dean, there was something so special about Dave Sarakin and the way that he gave you advice and the way that he taught you, even at the age of 17. I just listened to every word he had to say.
Miller, who had that interception, but then was taken down hard there by King, but staying with it is DJ Taylor and North Carolina FC. Here's Dre Fortune. Miller, back to Spees, pops it over, but denied at the last second there by Bradley Bourgeois. And now here comes the speed of Davis, Justin Davis, flying down. Rios marked by Brotherton. They'll pop it over to Rios. He'll chest it down, saved by Tambakis, and shot over. They wanted a handball. It looked like Rios raised his right arm for a handball. Let's see if I don't think they called it.
No, I don't think they did either, but that's how quick that Nashville can hit you on the counterattack. You saw the speed of Davis out of the backfield, and Rios and Lancaster just took different routes so they could take the defenders away from each other. He brought it down, took a shot. Tambakis made the save.
They're telling us in the truck that it did hit his arm, but nonetheless, I guess no harm, no foul, as North Carolina FC is in possession.
It's one of those where the goalkeeper, you're raising your hand for the handball, but you have to make sure that you stop the shot as well.
Yeah, you got to stay with it. Well said. This is Bourgeois, who was able to rise up as Spees was trying to drop it over to Miller earlier. Now Doyle. Boy, Nashville SC, they are purposeful with their desire to keep it on the carpet and build it out of the back. And as I say that, they pop it long to midfield.
Just like that.
Little flick trying to find Lancaster. Comcia will come back to Tambakis. 18 minutes in, still no score. Tambakis. Pancho. Climbs high. Here's Miller. Miller's had himself a good first 18 minutes here, wearing the captain's armband. Here's Guillen, now Spees. Spees, nice move around Akinyote. He's got Guillen on the left, looking for options. Miller shows. Now Guillen again. Miller wants it back. Miller, can he get to it? Miller stays with it, knocked to the ground. Little hip check, no whistle. Spees stays with it. Spees now delivers it across. North Carolina FC down this left side have been effective here. One bounce, still loose. Iwolo tries to stay with it. It'll go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick back to Nashville.
Well, great work from Miller and Spees down this left-hand side. We're going to actually see this Nashville play again. They want to show the replay here. This is Daniel Rios. And as we mentioned, Justin Davis just plays this ball over. Rios gets his arm up there a little bit, and you can only see it from the back. And Tambakis has his hand raised for the handball, but still was able to make the save.
Great shot by our crew, led by Evan Badler and Joe Ferrara. Savannah Revel, Tim Arms, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang in the truck. Again, Nashville patiently out of the back. 19 minutes in. A lot on the line. We opened the show with the standings, and you needed to, right? Because 4th and 5th, North Carolina FC with a game in hand. 3 points here. They'll jump to 3rd place, depending on what the Red Bulls do. Here's Spees looking for Miller. First times it. Back over to Iwolo. Can't get his body all the way around it, John.
Well, I'll tell you what, Miller is doing a fantastic job of creating space and getting open on the outside. Spees sees him, plays that ball over, and you're going to see it right here. Look at this ball come in from Spees. He sees it. Look at the vision to look up there. Plays that ball right into the path of Miller, and Iwolo just doesn't get turned around and goes out for a goal kick. But great work by NCFC early on. Great vision by Spees.
Great call, John. 20 minutes in, still no score. Again, turnover. North Carolina FC, high pressure defense causing turnovers, and they're attacking off the turnovers, John.
And we talked about the high pressure on one side. It's actually coming from both sides, and really NCFC is handling the pressure a little bit better than Nashville right now in the back.
Graham Smith. Comcia over to Taylor. Now Fortune.
I'm sure one of NCFC's game plan was not to let Rios get possession and get touches, and so far they've done a great job with that.
Spies. Iwolo, good job, back to goal. Good idea, but just a little bit off target to Miller, and this will give Nashville a chance to attack. Numbers are decent. Great ball to Rios, except he's got to chase it down all the way near the corner flag. Rios is over it now. Kumsia's on him.
And Nashville not afraid to dial it up from 20 to 30 yards out, Dean. We've seen some great goals from them so far this year.
Angled ball. And it'll roll out of bounds and come back to North Carolina FC. Dave Sarakin up off his bench, directing traffic, talking to Donovan Iwolo. Gary Smith also off his bench. 22 minutes in, still no score. Ian heads it to Spies. Spies, such great awareness out there, always seems to find himself in the right position. Smith will keep it on the ground to Taylor. Taylor's got Pancho in front of him. Fortune coming over, he'll give it to Pancho. Pancho has no options, he'll give it back to Taylor. So now North Carolina FC will be patient, building it from the back. Guillen back to Brotherton, a little more pressure. Smith will tuck back to help out. Smith to Pancho. Pancho looks like a mini Smith. They standing next to each other, same beard, same general look. Here's Spies over to Guillen. Guillen, good turn by Miller. Miller loses it though. Guillen. Spies again, 3 yellow jerseys around him, taken away. There's Miller again. Miller having himself a phenomenal defensive game. Spies will lose it, cleaned up by Miller, knocked out of bounds by Bolu Akinyoti as Miller goes down to be a throw-in. And Stephen Miller's defensive work rate outstanding so far.
Yeah, and just when you think NCFC's lost possession, they're going to lose the ball, that's what happens. Miller just puts in an extra effort there and wins that ball back for North Carolina FC. Fantastic work for Miller. He is always moving around that field.
Coach Smith giving some direction to Daniel Rios. Meanwhile, Dave Sarakin talking to Sam Brotherton. Be a throw-in back to Kumsia. Kumsia will give it to Taylor. 24 minutes in, no score. North Carolina FC, Nashville SC. A key USL Championship matchup here. WakeMed Soccer Park, Salem Stadium, Cary, North Carolina. DJ Taylor. Dean Linke along with the beautiful man, John Bouye. Delighted to be with you here on ESPN+. Kumsia over to Taylor. Brotherton. Smith. Good little touch. Iwolo. Right back to Spies. Game very compact right now. Taylor. Fortune. Let's see what he can do with it. And he does earn a corner kick. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Well, really just putting more pressure on the back four of Nashville there. Good work from Fortune just to win another corner kick here for NCFC. And let's see what Miller does on this one.
Taylor comes over to support Fortune. Pancho standing in the 6. Looping ball, Brotherton! And saved by Sparrow. Brotherton has got a couple goals already, almost had another one.
Well, if he would have hit it anywhere else with his head, Dean, it would have been a goal. He hit it straight at Connor Sparrow, and Sparrow made a fantastic save. Here you see Fortune, perfect ball whipped in. Brotherton gets up high, and wow, what a reaction save from Connor Sparrow.
Driven all the way back through was Fortune again. Didn't find anybody, though, in a blue jersey, as somehow that went through everybody, and it'll come back to Nashville. Best opportunity so far, though. Fortune to Brotherton. the header and the save by Sparrow.
Yeah, fantastic save from Sparrow, really to keep Nashville in this game early on.
As always, the pitch looks magnificent here at Wakeman Soccer Park in Cary. You could eat off this grass. It's beautiful.
I'll tell you, on that last corner kick, Guillen didn't miss by much as well on that last header. NCFC really putting some pressure right now.
Second ball as Fortune goes down. Hit high in the air off the head of King, and now 2 players down. Guillen's down and Fortune. Lancaster and Guillen, I think, had some sort of collision that was off the ball, though, so I didn't see it. Good look at Aaron Guillen. Dave Sarakin's been impressed with Guillen, his ability to play both left back and left center back. There's Brotherton. Good trap by Taylor. Taylor got Iwolo at the top of the 18. They were hoping to find Pancho, but denied as Daniel Rios comes all the way back. Rios, side of his foot, clever play. Another interception there from Miller. He's got 3 or 4 where he's actually been the player that has come back to intercept it and start the attack for North Carolina FC. Pancho almost making a nifty move by Davis. Here's Fortune now. Slanted ball to Pancho, trying to get to it. Doyle goes down. One back by Fortune. Fortune. And that'll send off the head of Davis.
Well, he had Miller and Iwolo in the right inside the 6-yard box, but he just couldn't get the ball to him.
They'll do the quick concussion protocol as that ball was flushed to the face. Sparrow's going to check on the youngster Davis as well. All right, John, more than halfway through the first half. Let's get your thoughts first on the home team, North Carolina FC.
Well, it's interesting. They're doing a fantastic job in the midfield, and specifically down this left side of the pitch, really. You talk about Stephen Miller, Ben Spees, moving off the ball very, very well and getting some good opportunities, just not one strong enough to finish yet.
We'll take a look at Davis taking that shot to the face, as we saw Camuro take one earlier. Now watch this.
Fortune's just trying to get that ball in, and it just connects with the top of Davis's head, and we certainly hope he's okay.
We can tell you that Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. No score, sportsmanship. Nashville will send it back to North Carolina FC. They were in possession when the referee wanted to check on the health of Davis, who's right back in there. And this is where it starts to look like 5 in the back for Nashville, with Davis on one side, more on the other. Trying to find Iwolo. There's Davis, looks to be okay. Loto will now slide over the left side. He wanted to get it back. Rios will get it to him, and then Rios will peel off. He's offside right now, and the flag comes up.
And I tell you, they're doing a fantastic job with Rios in the back 4, and really just no possession and really no service that's coming from the midfield for Nashville. Carolina's doing a good job in the back 4, and their midfield has been spectacular tonight.
.30 minutes in, Guillen. Drop it back to the holding mid, Smith. Bakoya, Wapiwo, Deleuze, Chester, Christo, Duvernay, and McLeod on the bench available for Coach Sarakin. Spees over to Guillen. Iwolo peels off. Spees! And how about North Carolina FC? Ben Spees makes it 1-0.
Well, Spees had acres of space in the midfield. Here you're going to see it. He gets these touches, and look, he plays it out wide to Guillen. back to Spies, and he just buries this thing in the corner. Fantastic work from Spies. He gave the ball to Guillen and then received the ball back from Guillen to score the goal. Great work from NCFC. They are dominating in the midfield and are leading in this game.
Second goal of the season for Ben Spies to go with 3 assists. He comes right over to Guillen, of course, as Guillen with the helper, and Ben Spies. What a solid pickup. Now remember, here's a young man who won a national championship at Akron, transferred to UNC, won a national championship in Chapel Hill.
He's had a fantastic career, and I'll tell you what, it's going really well for him here at North Carolina FC. Great work from Spies in the midfield, but where were the Nashville defenders? Nobody laid a boot on him, or nobody even put a presence on him. He touched the ball 3 to 4 times before he laid it off to Guillen.
First point of the season for Guillen, who has looked active in this one, hasn't he? Moving back over to that left back, he and Miller look to be a solid combination.
And with Guillen on one side and Taylor on the other side, you really have some dynamic backs that can get forward and be part of the attack.
So North Carolina FC with a 1-0 lead. Ben Spies, the goal scorer. Aaron Guillen with the assist. Here's Fortune. Back over to the goal scorer, Spies. Spies has Taylor. Poncho's going to get it inside, in and around the 6. DJ Taylor try to dance on Davis. And it'll be a goal kick. They'll say it bounced back off of Taylor. And Sparrow will have it with his team down 1-0.
Well, we talked about the midfield for Nashville, but how about the midfield so far for North Carolina tonight? Dre Fortune, Ben Spies, Graham Smith has been fantastic, and Stephen Miller has kept everything moving for North Carolina.
Long ball trying to find Rios. Brotherton wins it, plays it perfectly to Smith. Smith has Miller. Miller now, Fortune directing traffic. Fortune will give it to Taylor. Good start here for North Carolina FC. Boy, a win, and depending on what New York Red Bulls 2 do, North Carolina FC could wake up tomorrow all alone in 3rd place with a game in hand on most of the teams, John.
Yeah, and that's a good place to be, especially when you take the wins and get them on your home field here.
Here's DJ Taylor taking that ball from Comcia. Here's Taylor tucking inside, Donovan Iwolo. Iwolo, who's doing a ton of work back to goal. And Poncho called for the foul to come back to Nashville. Home crowd doesn't like the call.
Well, I'll tell you, I think Taylor wanted Iwolo to turn the other way and really just give an effort there on goal. Instead, Iwolo held it up and tried to get it back, and the play just broke down after that.
34th minute. Yodi, play it back to Bourgeois. Now here's King. King will get it back. Donovan Iwolo causing a turnover. Now Miller. Guillen. Lancaster knock it away from Guillen. Here comes Nashville. Lancaster was open. He'll get it back from Rios. Now they'll square it to Bolo Akinyoti. Akinyoti. Now they'll push it all the way out wide. Oto. Well, I thought Nashville had a chance to fast break it there, but they checked it back.
Yeah, and it looked like Rios was going to play that one-time ball to Lancaster on the outside, held it up, and that allowed North Carolina to get back.
Bradley Bourgeois. Lancaster off the head of Smith. And now Spies goes down, and a foul of frustration there for Lancaster. It'll come back to North Carolina FC. They lead at 1-0. Ben Spies, the goal scorer.
Well, you said it best, Dean. Nashville looks frustrated out there. They're not winning the 50-50 balls. They're not getting to the ball, and they're giving NCFC too much space in the midfield to look for those open channels.
Kind of an unforced error that time from North Carolina FC as they drove it far side off of Taylor. He couldn't handle it, went out of bounds. Tell you what, folks, if you got a chance to come to a North Carolina FC or North Carolina Courage game, you should do it. You can actually even buy on-field seats as Taylor comes over and wins it. Don't forget July 4th and July 5th. July 4th North Carolina FC in action against Charlotte, July 5th. The Courage in action against Houston. Here's Guillen. Now Miller with Guillen making the run. Miller's open. Miller looks up, takes a shot near post. It's still loose, spilled. Iwolo, and then denied. Corner kick, North Carolina FC.
Well, if you're going to give someone that much space at the top of the 18 like Stephen Miller, he's going to go ahead and take it. Look at this. He just makes a nice little turn in. He's got all kinds of space, takes a fantastic shot. Sparrow gets down. Iwolo's still there. And wow. Bourgeois just saved another goal there for Nashville.
So yet another corner kick as North Carolina FC approaching double-digit corner kicks. Here's Fortune off the head of Davis. And Miller will run it down, 37th minute. Lofted ball, won by Bourgeois. Second ball won by Spies. Across to Guillen. Boy, he faked it, but the ball skipped away, so he couldn't take a shot. He used his body for the fake, but then was not able to dial up that left foot. Here's Pancho. Pancho serves it in. Turns out okay. Guillen. This time Miller with his right foot missed it. Spies now Akinyoti.
And it looked like Fortune dummied that and set Miller up and just got a little bit side-footed there and just couldn't get the shot off.
So walking you up to minute 38, Ben Spies with the only goal so far, and it's North Carolina FC 1, Nashville SC 0. At halftime, we'll get caught up from USL Productions with the latest in USL Championship action, including exciting highlights. Lancaster looking for Rios. Instead, we'll go far side to Malota. Malota sends it back in off of Rios, and now picked up by Tambakis, 38th minute.
Yeah, and a great idea there from Rios just to try to get around the defender. Comcia just too far in front of him, and Tambakis comes out and picks it up.
So it looks like Gary Smith's going to make a first half sub. You don't see that a ton. And it'll be the former Tar Heel Wynn will get a chance to come in. Alan Wynn. Played forward to Pancho. So Alan Wynn from Garland, Texas, waiting to check in here the first half, and he may get a chance to do it now. So Alan Wynn, who played collegiately down the road in Chapel Hill for the University of North Carolina. He joined Nashville after being selected 25th overall in the 2018 MLS Super Draft. So Wynn is into the game. What do you make of that change?
Well, you just wonder if Gary Thomas sees something that, Gary Smith sees something that is just not working for Nashville. They've not been able to get the service to Rios and to Lancaster, and maybe Wynn is going to be that player that can take it with speed on the outside and really try to exploit the defense. Yeah, of course, Kimura, a very, very talented player. He's out now, and like I said, maybe Coach Smith just saw something that Wynn could bring to the table and made the change in the first half.
Iwolo's going to peel off. He's going to stay onside. Nice job by Iwolo to time his run perfectly. Now Iwolo has Guillen in support. Now over to Smith. 40th minute. Taylor. Comcia, now over to Brotherton. Miller wasn't ready. King on the interception. Miller wins it back though. Good job by Miller to stay with it. Smith goes down. It'll be a whistle against Nashville.
You just love the work rate of Stephen Miller right there. He loses the ball all the way down at this other side of the 18 and races back to win the ball back for NCFC. You know, we don't talk enough about the fitness of this team. Dave Sarakin and the rest of the coaching staff really have them in a good place fitness-wise to go 90 minutes.
Good ball here to Poncho. He lets it get away from heavy touch. One back here by Spees. Spees for a moment saw Miller on the left side, decides to keep it. And he'll calmly bring it back to Kamsia, who will now give it to Spees. 41st minute, 1-0 the home team. North Carolina FC on top of Nashville. Looking to find Iwolo, go off of King. Cleaned up by Guillen, who's got Miller. Miller is going to try to run it down and see if he first times it. He does, just kind of ran out of real estate as that ball just got away from him. Miller has absolutely given everything here in the first 42 minutes.
Yeah, and a great idea from Guillen. He led Miller down that line, just tried to play that first-time ball to get past the defender, just a little bit too far in front of him.
Pushing forward now is Wynn. He'll drop it to Rios. Wynn bringing a spark off the bench. Wynn wanted it back. Rios trying to curve one in. Can't do it. Rio scored 20 goals last season for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, he is so dangerous. And here you see Wynn wins that ball. No pun intended there. Good work from Rios just to get around the defender and tries to curl this one in the corner. And it looked like Tambakis had that one covered, but you don't want to give space to Rios right there at the top of the 18.
Tambakis will bomb it long off the head of Iwolo. Davis, it was Davis who was down a little bit after taking that shot off the head. Loto quickly here to Lancaster.
I have to say NCFC is playing such a disciplined brand of soccer tonight. They are closing off all the channels and all the lines in the midfield, continuing to move with the ball, not giving Nashville anything.
See ya, Iwolo. Iwolo's had himself a good game. Donovan Iwolo. It's knocked out of bounds. They get tangled up. Bourgeois, I gotta believe that stays with North Carolina FC, and it does. Throw in for Guillen. Guillen taking his time. Long throw in for Iwolo, too long. Guillen wins it back off his left thigh. There's Spees in a battle. Good little touch by Reed. 44th minute. Gotta believe we'll have a couple minutes of added time. We had a couple players down for concussion protocol. We had the goal. So what's it gonna be, John, 2 or 3 minutes?
I'd say 2.
Rios got a piece of it, but Taylor will clean it up. Taylor did not like the option playing it forward. He'll come back to Tambakis. Pressure there from Wynn.
You know, Coach Smith talked about how excited he was to have Lancaster and Rios up front together, but it really just has not worked so far this evening. And with the addition of Wynn in there, maybe he's going to play right in front of them and really try to get them some service, because they have been starved for service all night.
Yeah, Wynn has definitely brought a spark, which makes you think that the Japanese international Komuro is hurt, perhaps. Got to believe to get pulled there in the first half. Getting ready to find out how much added time we have here. Be a throw in for Nashville, and their offensive third. Rios to Reed. Reed from distance keeps it down on the ground, but out of bounds. And now, as we are at the 45th minute, it'll be 2 minutes. 2 minutes of added time. John Bouyer with the beautiful call right there.
Give that man a prize.
So 2 minutes of added time here in the first half. This after a 45-minute delay to start this one because of lightning in the area. Smith, Iwolo flicks it. Liam Doyle for Nashville. Now Miller over to Guillen. Guillen. Iwolo can't play it. They'll bring it back to Sparrow, the goalkeeper, who, despite letting one in, has made that big save as well against Brotherton and parried one over the crossbar.
Yeah, he's had a couple of fantastic saves tonight, Diener. This could easily be 3.
Wynn and Taylor. Taylor knocking it off of Wynn. That's great defending. One-on-one defending from your right back right there.
Well, we talked about the speed of Wynn since he's come in the game, but he forgot how fast DJ Taylor was. He stood with him stride for stride there and was able to get a throw-in back.
Good look at DJ Taylor. Excellent young player. One of several players that have come up through this impressive North Carolina FC youth system. It is a model franchise, folks, with big plans. In many ways, you can say some of the same things about Nashville, but the way it's structured with this youth system here now, with perhaps the biggest club in North America, North Carolina FC Youth, it is a solid program here at North Carolina FC. Final seconds here of the first half. The goal scorer, Ben Spees, will bring it back to Brotherton. Referee checking his watch. And there it is. First half complete. Ben Spees with the goal, 1-0. North Carolina FC on top.
Great job from NCFC controlling possession in the midfield, really just acting like they wanted more. Some great work from Miller down the outside, and Ben Spees a fantastic goal to get things kicked off.
Dave Sarakin talking it over with John Bradford, Dre Fortune. The story of the game, though, Ben Spees from Aaron Guillen. It's 1-0. North Carolina FC on top at the half.
Disaster can strike at any moment. But fortunately, Strategic Systems has got your back. If your data has been compromised, disaster recovery services from Strategic Systems will have you up and running in no time. Your data is critical. Protect it.
Continental tires are built for the road, connecting you to all of life's adventures. Whether you drive to live or live to drive, Continental tires deliver the performance you need to tackle those adventures with confidence. Continental Tire, for what you do.
A month from now, you'll be a little older. A year from now, you'll be a little wiser. Will you be stronger? Your best is not behind you. Look forward.
Back on the road. Back in the saddle. Back to the land. Back in the game. Back in the swing of things. Back in the groove. WakeMed Orthopedics, the exceptional care you need to get back your life.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. See the clouds over yonder. This one actually started 45 minutes late because of a cell about 18 miles away. But after that delay, North Carolina FC came out and they've got a 1-0 lead courtesy of a goal from Ben Spees. Hello again, everybody. Dean Linke with the beautiful man, John Bouyer. And John, sketchy weather over yonder, the delay, but really North Carolina FC came off the delay ready to play.
Yeah, they certainly did. From the opening kickoff, Dean, they were on fire. Such a talented team, but we talk about the fight would be in the midfield, and right now North Carolina FC is winning that fight. Some fantastic play from Stephen Miller. Ben Spees has been phenomenal. Iwolo, really, they are winning the 50-50 balls, and it's showing.
Well, and also Nashville seems to be content building it out of the back, but North Carolina FC has been able to answer that, causing turnovers. Stephen Miller has caused turnovers. Iwolo has caused turnovers. Graham Smith has caused turnovers.
Well, we talked about how talented Nashville was up front, and specifically one gentleman by the name of Daniel Rios, who everybody remembers here at NCFC, but really they've done a fantastic job of really keeping him shut down in this game. Lancaster really hasn't a lot. Now, they brought in Wynn right before halftime, so maybe trying to get a spark there. Carolina is winning on every side of the ball right now against Nashville.
And they're getting great work from their left back and right back. Of course, Guillen coming forward, finding Spees for the only goal of the game.
Yeah, beautiful work. Spees saw him, played the ball early on. He played the ball back to Spees, and Spees just a beautiful finish. But on both sides, Guillen and Taylor, that speed is really exploiting the back four of Nashville.
Came on the air showing you the standings and how important this game is, and there's more important games coming up. Let's take a look at the schedules upcoming for both teams. We'll start with North Carolina FC. As you see, that 4th of July game, a little bit later start because of the post-game fireworks.
Yeah, and we love the fireworks here on 4th of July. It's such a great thing to bring to your family and just have a great time. But a big, big couple of games coming up for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, don't forget that Loudoun United FC will be here on July 17th, and Atlanta will be here on July 27th. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule for Nashville, the Nashville Soccer Club. They're on the road, but then Indy 11 leading the USL Championship right now will be in Nashville on July 27th.
Yeah, that's going to be a great game. Of course, they've done well against the top part of the schedule, just like NCFC has so far this year.
All right, great job breaking down the schedules here with the beautiful man, John Bouyer. I'm Dean Linke. Of course, every week, our favorite part of halftime, taking a look at the great work from USL Productions, including some big news from San Diego. Take it away, USL. You do great work.
For almost 2 decades, San Diego has been waiting for a professional soccer club it can call its own. Now led by leading soccer executive and co-founder of Sacramento Republic FC, Warren Smith, and legendary United States men's national team player Landon Donovan, its club has arrived. The USL Championship is coming to the University of San Diego's Torero Stadium, bringing all the excitement of the fastest growing league in North America to one of the top soccer markets in the United States.
All right, gentlemen. I don't think we need to kind of review what this game means, but it is a really important opportunity for us. I think it's an important opportunity for you guys in a lot of ways. Goal is to advance in the U.S. Open Cup by beating Cincinnati. It is that simple. Any questions? Let's go, gentlemen. Let's go.
It's more than just the two clubs. There's a bit of an angst between the cities, quite frankly. You can feel it.
There's just so much on the line. We're in the 3rd year now of seeing FC Cincinnati with, you know, a lot of big moments that have happened and history built up.
Last year we came here twice and we won both games. Dealing with the crowd, the pressure, I think is one advantage that we'll have as we've dealt with it.
4th round of the 2019 Lamar Hunt U.S. Open Cup, the site of the renewal of one of the great budding rivalries in U.S. soccer, FC Cincinnati. Now the big dog from Major League Soccer hosting Louisville City FC, a rainy Nippert Stadium, the perfect place, Lorena, to renew the River City rivalry. Sam Warner, the beauty. Jamal Johnson, he only knows bangers.
Look at Taylor moving up.
And Taylor with a beautiful strike. Are you kidding? Jamal Johnson from distance. Yeah. Oh, yes.
A great save from C.J. Cochran.
Fans having a good time here at WakeMed Soccer Park in Cary, North Carolina. North Carolina FC on top of Nashville SC by a score of 1-0. Blowing kisses. We'll step aside, be back with more, including the first half highlights and a look at the goal from Ben Spees. 1-0, North Carolina FC on top of Nashville SC.
My son had been injured and he was prescribed pain opiates. No one ever told us how highly addictive these drugs were. My initial reaction was shock. My son didn't get so deep into the dark, scary woods overnight, and it's no straight line coming back. For parents out there who don't have hope, I realize there's a lot of families that are torn apart, but families can heal. Young people can get better.
There's hope and help at drugfree.org.
I'm Rudy Tempesta. I'm 92 years old. I fought in World War II. Then I came home, worked for the post office for 70 years. I've been getting Meals on Wheels, and I enjoy it. The most important thing about Meals on Wheels is you meet the people, which to me is fantastic. You need people to keep your brain moving. That's what life is about. It's love and having a conversation with people.
Protect our kids, protect our communities, protect our waters. Unused medication poses a deadly risk to our loved ones, and flushing it could impact our environment. There's a way to get rid of leftover medication. It's safe and it's easy. Just toss it in a permanent drop box near you. Operation Medicine Drop. What's in your medicine cabinet?
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Welcome back to WakeMed Soccer Park, Cary, North Carolina. Having a good time here. North Carolina FC on top of Nashville SC 1-0. Let's take a look at the USL Team of the Week. Stephen Miller with a goal and an assist against St. Louis is in there right in the middle of the field. Olsen, your goalkeeper on the Team of the Week.
Yeah, great team again. I'll tell you, if Stephen Miller plays like this and continues to play like this, he might make it again this week, Dean.
Yeah, he's doing the work defensively. That is for sure. And we came on the air talking standings. Let's remind everybody how important this game is right now as you take a look at it. Martin Rennie, he's got Indy 11 at 33 along with the Rowdies. Of course, North Carolina FC beat Tampa in Tampa, but if the score stays right now, 3 points would put North Carolina FC at 30.
And still with a game in hand, of course, on some of the other teams. So this is such an important game, and you know you have to come out and finish this game in the last 45 minutes.
Let's take a look at some scores around the league in USL Championship action. You see zeros with Charlotte and Memphis. Indy and Louisville, that's a good matchup, tied at 1. New York Red Bulls still at 0 against Charlton. Ottawa leading Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh on top of Birmingham.
Yeah, and right now, as he said, there's a good chance to get this win and leapfrog a couple of other teams in front of them. So big, important win for NCFC tonight.
And Pittsburgh's made it 4-0 against Birmingham as we keep our eye, though, on that Charleston, New York Red Bulls 2 game, man. Let's take a look at the highlights here, John, from the first half. As you would say, some beautiful action.
Yeah, it certainly was. And, you know, a couple opportunities. Sparrow spilled it, but Bourgeois makes a nice defensive play there and keeps this game at 1-0.
Great job by Ian Lang and our crew on the first half highlights. Great job by North Carolina FC to have the 1-0 lead. As you look at the stats, possession in favor of North Carolina FC, and of course, 1-0 is all that matters right now.
Yeah, and you'd love to see another stat on there, 50-50 balls, because Carolina is really winning the 50-50 balls in the midfield, and Nashville is just not pressuring them enough. 7 corners, Dean, so far for North Carolina.
7 corner kicks to just 1 for Nashville. 4 of the 7 shots on target for North Carolina FC. And of course, as we told you, Ben Spees the goal scorer, making his way back out. There is Ben Spies. Doesn't wear the captain's armband, but very much acts like a captain and natural leader, and he's been that way since arriving this year. Great pickup by Kurt Johnson and the crew to add Ben Spies to the team.
And there's so many people that could wear that captain's armband for NCFC, but, you know, just a lot of humility in that, too. I mean, they're such a team player. They always heap the praise on one another, and such a great and talented team.
So Smith now over to Guillen as they're back out for Coach Dave Sarakin. Tambakis in goal, Brotherton and Comcia, your center backs. Guillen on the left, DJ Taylor on the right. Miller, your left midfielder. Austin Poncho getting the start at right midfield. Graham Smith, your holding mid. Your two attacking mids, Dre Fortune and Ben Spies. Donovan Iwolo, your center forward. Trying to get one by Connor Sparrow, the goalkeeper for Nashville SC. Here's Liam Doyle, former Buckeye, drops it long to Rios. We'll see if there's more of that here in the second half as Alex Comcia goes down. Rios stays with it. He'll drop it over. Lancaster, one extra pass. Alex Comcia stays down. And now they finally drop it out of bounds, and Dave Sarakin was not pleased with the fact that with the player down, they didn't blow the whistle.
Yeah, and you see there, it looked like Comcia went up for that 50-50 ball with the header and just maybe got hit on the side of the cheek there as he's holding that as he's down. Get a chance to see it right here. Ball's flipped in, and Spies just goes up, excuse me, that's Comcia, goes up for it there, and it looks like maybe the elbow comes down on the side of his face.
North Carolina FC limited in defenders. Timmy Mell is injured. Caleb Duvernay, who's played some left back.
It looks, get a chance to see it here one more time, Dean. And it looks like the arm just kind of flew back at the end there. Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Just hit him on the cheek there, and we certainly hope he's okay. That was actually Rios that jumped up with him, and just a flailing elbow there. But it looks like Comcia is going to have to leave the game.
Yeah, you're right. So former NC State Wolfpack Caleb Duvernay, that'll probably mean Guillen will slide over to center back, and Duvernay will go to left back. There's a pretty good look there at Comcia. Say hello to James Alverson listening in right now to this one. North Carolina FC on top of Nashville SC. And Alex Comcia is going to check out of the game, and Caleb Duvernay is going to come in. Duvernay, who played some left back in USL Championship action when Sam Brotherton was out. And he'll check in.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Indy and Louisville tied at 1 as Caleb Duvernay will check into the game. That'll give me a chance to tell you that fans, you can follow North Carolina FC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com. As here is a shot by Wynn, but not on target. It'll go out of bounds.
Well, now you know why they brought Wynn into this game. He plays, he really sets up far on the outside and then just tries to take off with his speed there to play that ball right over the top of DJ Taylor, and he was able to get around him that time. Just couldn't keep the shot on frame.
So Tambakis will take his time. We're in minute 49, but had at least a minute delay there as the training staff for North Carolina FC dealt with the center back. Alex Comcia, turnover there. Good ball forward to Miller. Ben Spies waiting on it. And knocked out of bounds. Dave Sarakin will catch it and give it to DJ Taylor. Miller back over to Poncho. expecting to see Austin DeLuz for the first time in quite some time. Bothered with a foot injury for well over a month. He is available on the bench, and Dave Sarakin told me yesterday that he expected to get him some time. Graham Smith called for a foul, taking down Rios. Rios again. Will push it wide right. Sent into the box, dangerous. Finds the head of Lancaster, but over the crossbar. Good work here from Nashville, John.
Well, great work from Nashville. Lancaster just got a little bit of space right at the top of that 6-yard box. Here you're going to see it. Nice ball whipped in there, and Lancaster gets up, but he just hits it over the bar. And I'll tell you what, dangerous positioning there for Lancaster, and that's been the first time tonight.
Tim Bacchus will get it back as it comes all the way back to him. So Guillen now playing center back alongside Brotherton. Duvernay on the left side. Here's DJ Taylor right in front of us now from the perch here at WakeMed Soccer Park Salem Stadium. Best seat in the house. Honored to have had this seat now for 13 years. Over the top, Lancaster off the head of Guillen will be out of bounds, and different team here in yellow in the second half.
Yeah, of course, Gary Smith went in there at halftime and told them maybe some of the things that they need to change. I mean, this is a talented team, and they're just not able to get it to their top talent so far. They've got to change that in the second half.
Stephen Miller. Miller looking for options. Smith. Duvernay behind Miller. Good job to slide, tackle, and win it back. Miller now comes forward and goes down as he's taken down. The whistle going against Reed. Reed does not like the call.
Well, I'll tell you, another individual effort there from Miller. Duvernay gave him a tough pass to deal with, and here you see it. Miller just comes back in, slides, and keeps possession of this ball and takes off and has to get taken down in the process. But great work once again from Stephen Miller to keep possession for NCFC.
53rd minute. Iwolo with Doyle pushing to the ground, no call. I can tell you that the Courage lead Washington as the Courage were awarded a penalty kick. It was denied, but Debinha, already back from Brazil, pouncing on the penalty kick to give the Courage a 1-0 lead over Washington. Courage on the road tonight. Spies, good little move around Doyle. Looking for Iwolo. Bourgeois will bring it back to Sparrow. 53rd minute.
Well, and Iwolo is really putting in some work tonight for NCFC, and you really like to see him get on the score sheet. Frustration in the first half as 2 opportunities just went awry, but really look at the vision by Spies to see Iwolo just peel off the defender there and try to get that ball into position.
Sam Brotherton knocks it off of Rios. It'll come back to Tim Bacchus, who applauds the effort of his center back, Brotherton, who almost had another goal tonight as well.
Well, and it's fantastic, of course, when Comcia went down. You never want to see that, but it's nice to have a player like Guillen that can not only play on the outside, but can also step in at the center back role.
A lot on the line, though. You expected to see a different Nashville team in the second half, and I think that's what we've seen. Nashville has not been afraid to bomb it long. They've been more deliberate, more urgent here in the second half, John.
Yeah, and they're really trying to expose, as I said, win here on the outside, just trying to get that ball past DJ Taylor. Rios is coming back in the midfield more to receive the ball and leave Lancaster out front.
Here's a great ball. Daniel Rios is in. Rios first times it. Side of the net, but wrong side as Tim Bacchus really well positioned. Rios, though, was in and on.
Well, I expected Rios to really just turn on the Jets when he got into the 18. Instead, he just kind of held up a little bit. to take that shot, and he went near post, which was a little surprising to me too, especially when he had 2 yellow jerseys in there that he could have played that ball off to.
So Rios and Lancaster both with pretty dangerous opportunities here in the second half, but nothing to show for it. But they are winning the second balls, which is what North Carolina FC did so effectively in the first half, as John Bouye told you. Turning on it is Lancaster, and he'll send this into the parking lot.
And they're so eager and so desperate to get one that they're taking bad shots and not hitting the best opportunities. Tune in to ESPN3 on July 3rd for Wednesday Night Soccer. Watch as 2 of the Premier League clubs out of the West duel for playoff positioning when Sacramento Republic FC welcomes Fresno FC in the Highway Derby. Catch all the action July 3rd on ESPN3.
1-0 North Carolina FC on top of Nashville SC. Ben Spees with the first half goal, assisted by Aaron Guillen. Another player down, this time it's Dre Fortune. Fortune back up, he's holding his left hamstring. And with that, Clint Piet, the assistant coach, sends Austin DeLuz over to warm up. Dre Fortune still limping around. Denied there, Davis. Heavy pressure from this Nashville team. Davis. Good job by Smith to win it away. Graham Smith is honest as can be. Played on the ground, Doyle ahead of Iwolo. Doyle turns it back. Pancho.
When you're starting to see those 50-50 balls for Nashville, they're getting stuck in a little more. They're really showing some urgency here in the second half, as obviously they need to. But I'm sure that Coach Smith made that one of his halftime talks, if you will, saying we have got to start putting pressure on North Carolina in the midfield, and it's showing.
All right, so Dre Fortune is down, and this is going to cause Dave Sarachan to juggle a few things, because one of the goals was they were hoping to get a good run out of Pancho and then bring DeLuz on, but now with Fortune down, that'll change the dynamic of how they make the subs, and you've got to adjust on the fly here.
Yeah, and Fortune, such a dynamic player on the field for North Carolina right now, really just doing a lot off the ball and being a big part of the attack, especially in the midfield. So it's going to be hard to replace him. Of course, you have someone coming off the bench like Austin DeLuz. I mean, as long as he's fully fit, I mean, you really can say a lot about that.
So Dre Fortune now is working his way over to the bench, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and call for a sub. John Bradford, Clint Piet, both walking down. Clint Piet talking to the assistant referee for a moment. Now Bradford. It looks like right now North Carolina FC is going to play a man down until they can pick the sub they want. And I can tell you that John Bradford, the assistant coach, actually talked to Duval Wapiwo, not Austin DeLuz, so we'll see if now Fortune looks to be okay though, John, and he's going to check back in.
Yeah, it looks like he might just give it another chance to see if he can go, and hope that hamstring or whatever it was won't tighten up on him.
So 59th minute, and Dre Fortune right back in there. So that's good news for North Carolina FC. Dave Sarachan and his staff. Meanwhile, Nashville continues to press for that equalizer. Cleared out of there neatly by Brotherton. That's how you clear a ball out, as that goes to midfield, John.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, in the first half, North Carolina wasn't giving Nashville anything. Now they're giving them a little bit of space, and that could be dangerous. They're only up 1 goal in this game, and you get somebody like Rios or Lancaster on the end of this, and it could easily be 1-1.
Bomb it long, looking for Rios. Rios can't bring it down. It'll go out of bounds and back to North Carolina FC. We're in minute 60. North Carolina FC hanging on to that 1-0 lead over Nashville SC. Don't forget, folks, about double fireworks celebrations. July 4th, North Carolina FC against Charlotte. July 5th, the North Carolina Courage against Houston. Tickets are available. Get them now. Post-game fireworks after the game. Both 7:30 starts. Right side, 60th minute. Down near the end line. King, good ball sent in. Guillen's there. Tambakis did not come off his line. He stayed put. Miller now to Iwolo. Iwolo knocked to the ground, and it'll stay with North Carolina FC.
Well, another dangerous play there by Nashville. Lancaster had an opportunity to get his head on that. He just couldn't get it. Tambakis, as you mentioned, stayed on his line. This could have been dangerous. Look at this ball whipped in here. And Lancaster just can't get it, even after trying to dive and get through it. They're able to clear the line once again. Guillen clears that one.
Dave Sarakin standing in front of his bench. Gary Smith standing in front of his bench for North Carolina FC and Nashville SC respectively. A lot on the line here in this one. Nashville comes in 4th place. North Carolina FC comes in 5th place. A win for North Carolina FC would jump them up to 30 points behind only Indy and Tampa. Both Indy and Tampa currently in ties as well right now.
Yeah.
Miller again. Miller, a one-man wrecking crew. Iwolo, does he see? Boy, Pancho made a nice run. He didn't see him. Pancho made a nice run, John, coming down the spine of the field.
He did. That's why you got to keep your head up, and Iwolo was just trying to get past the defender and just didn't see Pancho as everybody else did.
Wynn takes it away. Lancaster's there. Now Rios. Rios gonna switch it. Wynn is open on the left side. Lancaster is 10 feet offside at the moment. He'll come back. King flying down the right side, trying to spin Duvernay. King, Duvernay gets a piece of it. It's loose. Lancaster turning, spinning. Rios, and it's Tambakis who will get down to it. Boy, Lancaster and Rios, they don't need a whole lot of space.
Well, just they are starting to play some patient ball there down in Nashville in the top of the 18 right there. And Rios and Lancaster are really starting to pull some strings out there. Carolina's got to be careful.
'63rd minute, Tambakis. Iwolo trying to flick it to Pancho. Handled by Doyle. King will come back to Sparrow. Reed's going to use Davis. Some pressure there from Pancho. Wynn. Graham Smith helping out on Lancaster. Lancaster and Bolo Akinyoti. Great ball. Rios with a touch. Duvernay over there. Rios off of Duvernay. It'll be a corner kick. Corner kick, Nashville.
Well, Duvernay did just enough because he was able to stand in front of Rios and he was able to block the pass to Lancaster. But it's going to be a corner kick here, but you can start to see Nashville really starting to move some pieces there in the top of the 18.
So Davis will take the corner kick. Nashville down 1-0. Liam Doyle, big, tall center back, showing off the head of Rios and cleared out of there. Chance for Nashville to get it right back in the mixer. Doyle's open, heads it across the goal, looking for Rios. Now Duvernay, knock it long. King sends it right back. Smith had time actually to trap it. Sent it long to Iwolo. And out of bounds off of Brotherton fans. The USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. This allows clubs at all levels across the USL to develop its local youth and compete at the highest level across the United States, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Akinyote over to Wynn. Wynn, Lancaster, Rios. Loto marked by Duvernay. Give it back to Akinyote. Now Davis. Poncho comes over in support. Davis with his right foot off the head of Taylor. Right now, North Carolina FC feeling a whole lot of pressure, though, John Bouye.
Yeah, they certainly are. Look at the top of the 18. Rios, Lancaster, Wynn are all lined up waiting to receive this ball.
Wynn climbing the ladder, drop down Lancaster, and it skipped away from him as Lancaster kind of ran into his own teammate, but they'll say off of North Carolina FC, and yet another corner kick for Nashville.
Yeah, it looked like Lancaster and Rios went for the same ball there, but just couldn't keep that ball down, but they win the corner kick again.
Minute 66, corner kick Nashville. Akinyote climbs the ladder. Tambakis stays put. Tambakis falls down on it. Still a whole lot of soccer left, though, as we're just in the 67th minute.
Yeah, there is, and this is that time that NCFC is just soaking up the pressure from Nashville right now. Nashville is really putting some pressure on the back four of North Carolina, trying to get some good opportunities.
One man who can always handle the pressure is the E-Dog, our producer, Evan Badler. We thank Joe Ferrara, director, Savannah Revel, Colin Thrash, Ian Lang, Brian Ware, Curtis Adams, Cam Newworth, Noah Seidenberg, and Tim Arms. Great crew on hand for this one. Why not? Big matchup, as we showed you in the USL Championship standings. Here's Ben Spies. He's got Poncho on the right. DJ Taylor plays it behind him. Give Dre Fortune credit for getting back in there, because it did not seem like North Carolina FC was quite ready to make that change. Good to see Dre Fortune back out there.
Yeah, it's definitely, with all the injuries that have been happening, it's good to have him out on the field, especially when all the pressure is coming against North Carolina right now.
See, Coach Smith's going to make a change as well. I think he is. And again, knocked to the ground.
It's time for another out-tackle free kick. Remember, fans in section 3 and 3 going to finally get some.
Nashville SC is going to make another change. Remember, they brought in Wynn in the first half. Carlton Belmar, who has spent some time with Sporting KC, wearing number 11, 26-year-old, check in next opportunity after a discussion with Coach Smith. 68th minute, still just the one goal from Ben Spies, assist by that man on the ball right now, Aaron Guillen.
Carolina just okay with holding on to possession right now, trying to weather this storm, the Nashville storm that's coming this way.
Duvernay. Miller time, Stephen Miller. Good move, Stephen Miller. Trying to stay with it. Boy, I thought after that move he was going to send in left-footed laser. Instead, he stayed with it. Here's Fortune. Poncho, cleaned up by Miller. Taylor was making a run. Good call, John Bouye. Now Spies takes his shot. Yeah, and Taylor a little frustrated. He made a nice run from the right side.
Yeah, open wide right here on this right-hand side, but they just couldn't see him. Once again, though, this is good for Carolina. Everything's been back here in their side of the possession. They really need to get something going.
Guillen in a foot race there with Lancaster. Has Tambakis if he needs it. He'll try to shield it away. He's knocked to the ground, and they'll call the push on Lancaster. That's a good call. Good move by Guillen to just leave it there as he's trying to kill some time here. We're in minute 70. And they're going to say a foul, so now Tambakis will look to ping it long, but not before they're going to make a change. As coming out of the game is number 10, Lebo Moloto. Moloto is going to come out for Belmar. sub for Coach Smith and Nashville SC, and now Tim Bacchus will boom it long. Second balls here in the second half have been won by the team in yellow, John.
Yeah, they certainly have really stepped up the pressure here in the second half, Dean. Nashville has really come out trying to get that goal, trying to get back in this game.
It looks at times they're running 3 forwards as Lancaster and Rios have been joined up top by Wynn. Wynn, a very pacey player. Belmar. This is knocked out of bounds, and Belmar making an immediate impact, earning a corner kick.
And now they're taking them from both sides. Wynn on this side and now Belmar on the other side. Good attacking play there from Belmar just to take on the defender one-on-one and earn a corner kick.
So Davis will handle the corner kick. Taking his time. A lot of yellow jerseys inside the 18. Lancaster in and around the 6. It's Lancaster, nifty flick. He was hoping for another corner. They'll say no off of Lancaster, and Tim Bacchus again will take his time, let his team set up.
And Lancaster did a good job, Dean, of just getting into that near post and tried that quick snap header, but unfortunately it just slipped up to the other side of the post.
Too strong for Miller. You can get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for North Carolina FC and then click the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores. Plus, get reminders on North Carolina FC's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. And reminding you that July 4th, 7:30, right here at Wake Met Soccer Park in Cary, it's North Carolina FC and Charlotte Independence. Wynn tucks inside around Smith. Wynn. One too many touch denied there by Aaron Guillen. Boy, Guillen probably does not get enough credit for how good a soccer player he is.
No, and now sitting in on that center back. But I'll tell you, Wynn had a nice step on the midfielder there and had some space.
Dre Fortune. Big old wind up and a shot denied by Bourgeois, and it'll be Fortune for a corner kick for North Carolina FC.
Well, it seems like every time Carolina's trying to take a shot or get a goal, Bourgeois puts his foot in there, and another great defensive play. There you see it. Fortune had that far corner he was looking for, but Bourgeois' leg got in there and wins a corner kick.
Played to Taylor, driven in, trying to find Brotherton or Iwolo. The little man, Pancho. Now here's Guillen. This is better now from North Carolina FC. As we were walking up to minute 74, Smith, lofted ball. Wynn, one back by Fortune. I'll tell you what, Fortune, I think that ball was going to find the side of the net. He's so good. It looks like when you watch him, he's not doing much, but that's just kind of his style. He's doing a ton out there. I think that shot was on frame.
Yeah, and just like Spees, he has such fantastic vision. He knew right where the goalkeeper was. He knew exactly where to strike that ball, but Bourgeois just got a good foot in there for Nashville.
Lancaster. Oluwakinyodi has moved up quite a bit as well, trying to be a defensive presence on that front line for Nashville.
And you see this sometimes when a team is down by a goal, they move forwards up, and especially midfielders, and then they leave a pocket in the midfield and get exposed in the back of the defense. And so far, that has not happened for Nashville. They've done a good job of getting back and winning those 50-50 balls in the midfield.
Brotherton turns it over, and he was out of position. That's even worse. So now he's got to hustle back. Wynn denied there by Fortune. Fortune could get a card. We'll see what happens here. Wynn wants a card. I don't think the referee's going to issue a card. The referee's been pretty consistent, actually.
Yeah, he just maybe got pulled down. I just don't know if there was enough there. Here you're going to see it again. Wynn does a good job, some speed there to get around. Fortune's clearly beat. He definitely pulls on his shirt there to pull him down, but Wynn was going down the whole time as well, so.
75th minute. So Mark Calloway, the PA announcer here at WakeMed Soccer Park, announcing that Leah Pruitt has scored to make it 2-0 North Carolina Courage over the Washington Spirit. North Carolina Courage, part of the North Carolina FC family. This one sent in by Lancaster. Tambakis read it perfectly like a great shortstop and handles it.
Yeah, and good work from Tambakis. Those are a little challenging sometimes for goalkeepers to handle that quick bounce right in front of you. He got his body right in front of it, is able to scoop it up.
Gary Smith going to make his final change as Ropapa Mensah is going to check in. Next opportunity. He's from Ghana. He wears Ropapa on the back of his shirt along with the number 3, and he'll check in next available opportunity. Off the head of the goal scorer, Spies. We'll come back to Bourgeois. Boy, if this score can hold, it'd be a big-time result for North Carolina FC, who has really had a spectacular season despite multiple injuries and players coming in and out.
Yeah, they really have, and they've weathered a storm for the last 10 minutes. Really, all the pressure that's been put on by Nashville, then they've been able to weather that storm and even get some opportunities on the other end on their own.
Lancaster's going to come out to make way for Ropapa Mensah. We'll see what Mensah can bring, but I think if you're Dave Sarakin, you're not disappointed to see Lancaster come out of the game. He's dangerous.
Yeah, he was one of their most dangerous players to me, especially with his head and especially attacking in that 6-yard box on corner kicks. He's obviously frustrated because he wasn't able to put one in the back of the net.
Quick throw in here for Nashville. Still just a 1-goal game. Three-back system for Coach Smith. Doyle, Ropapa, leave it, win, far post, cross. Looking for Mensah, knocked out of bounds, and now another corner kick coming for Nashville and Mr. Davis.
Well, Ropapa made an instant help there just by stepping in that 18, dummying that ball over the top, and letting the cross come through. Dangerous players on for Nashville right now. A lot of people pushing forward, just trying to get that goal and get back in the game.
So here's Davis with the corner kick. North Carolina FC got to grab a player. It's loose in front, comes all the way through and out of bounds. With that, and the beautiful man told you earlier, I'm going to remind you to tune into ESPN3 on July 3rd for Wednesday Night Soccer. Watch as 2 of the premier clubs out west duel for playoff positioning, with Sacramento Republic FC welcoming Fresno FC in the Highway 99 Derby. Catch all the action July 3rd on ESPN3. Austin DeLuz. Been around 8 years with the franchise. Wake Forest's all-time assist leader. He actually won a national championship on this field against the aforementioned Ohio State Buckeyes.
Frustrating day for you, right?
That was a good Wake Forest team. And of course, his dad, longtime women's coach at Wake Forest, Austin DeLuz, always involved in the community. Great face of the franchise. Good to see him back out there, as he's been bothered by this foot injury that just kind of won't go away, so we'll keep an eye on him. And this is the sub I told you about, as he'll come on for Pancho.
Yeah, and it was good that Fortune was able to stay on the field so they could hold off on that sub, so Pancho could come out, and now DeLuz can come in and really shore things up here for the last 10 minutes, Dean.
So good work from Austin Pancho, a super sub for Indiana, who became a starter. Made it to the College Cup and back-to-back years, he was a key part of those Hoosier teams.
Yeah, and he had a great night tonight, really just putting in a great effort on the field, winning 50-50 balls, giving it everything he could. And I'll tell you what, to make that substitution for Austin Duluth with 10 minutes left, Carolina's in a good position.
Couple step overs by Belmar, picked off there by Duvernay. Yeah, I mean, Pancho, you know what, he stayed within himself. He didn't try to do something that he can't do. Didn't make any mistakes, didn't make any like all-star plays either, but just stayed within himself.
Yeah.
Here's Wynn. Davis. Side of the foot. Dangerous. Off the head of Rios. Miller's got the time to clear it and does.
Fatigue might start to play a role in this game. Of course, it is super hot down there on the field, and many of these guys have been going since the starting whistle. And Miller right there just trying to clear the ball out and give Carolina a breather.
81st minute. You saw a reaction there from Dave Sarakin. He understood why Miller was clearing it, but he felt like they need to try to keep possession.
Yeah. And one thing that Austin Duluth is phenomenal at is keeping possession of the ball. He has great vision, just like Spees and Fortune that we were talking about, but he's really good at holding that ball up and keeping possession for the team.
A whistle and a foul going against Graham Smith, and a dangerous opportunity now for Nashville, minute 82.
Well, this is center, right down the center of the field, and this is going to be a good opportunity. Here you see it, a 50-50 ball goes up, and Rios just gets pulled down there and wins a free kick for his team in a very dangerous position.
Referee taking his time, getting the wall set up.
And it looks like Rios really wants this one, Dean.
We've seen him hit some spectacular goals, but most of my memories have it down on that side in front of the Oak City supporters, and not quite this far. Liam Doyle can also smoke a pretty good ball with his left foot from distance. Rios, though, you're right, wants it, and Tambakis has to lean down to his left to knock it away for a corner kick. Great shot from distance from Rios.
Well, that's a trickier save than you think, because a lot of times when the shot's taken, the goalkeeper is moving the other way, and so Tambakis does a good job of just staying to that near post and making the save.
So yet another corner kick. Mountain of time left. We're only in the 83rd minute. Davis with his left foot. High looping ball. Doyle. Iwolo. They'll say off of Doyle, and it'll be a goal kick for North Carolina FC.
Boy, and Nashville is putting so much pressure on Carolina right now, but they just cannot get anything on frame. Tambakis made a good save there. Now the corner kicks are starting to kick in for Nashville a little bit. They're getting some other opportunities with only just about 7 minutes left to go.
Tambakis. They'll go off of Reed. Oak City supporters, you can hear them loud and clear. They have not sat down. They've not stopped singing since marching in here. 45-minute delay. They've been ready to go. Perhaps that delay gave them a little bit more time to celebrate, if you know what I'm talking about, John.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, both teams are on unbeaten streaks right now. I think Nashville's on 7 and Carolina's on 6. So if it stands the way it is, North Carolina not only wins, but snaps that unbeaten streak for Nashville.
Yep, you're right. They were looking to make it 8 midweek with that terrible weather. Coach Smith saying it was nuts. Lightning everywhere, and then at halftime he said the heavens just opened up and no way they could keep going. Here's Taylor looking for options, doesn't have any right now. Iwolo shows, heavy touch will go out of bounds.
How about another guy who's really put in a hard shift tonight? Iwolo has been fantastic. I mean, he hasn't gotten the goal, but he's done everything else out there. The 50-50 balls, the crosses, the good vision. He's done it all.
He has. He's done great work back to goal, which is good to see him because he can also be an effective wing player, but to see him be a traditional 9 up there, it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, it certainly has, and Doyle's a much bigger player than he is, so he's held his own back there.
Here's Doyle now. 86th minute. Tough ball to handle for Davis. Deleuze comes over. Davis. And now Deleuze defensively as he gets knocked to the ground. And you wonder if even in 10 minutes if Deleuze is burning inside because he hasn't played in quite some time.
I'm sure he is so happy to get out on his field again. Look at Deleuze, such a professional. Even after the push, doesn't get up, doesn't say anything, knows he won a kick for his team, and just goes about his business.
Long ball. Wynn, really good ball by Wynn to find Rios. Played back by Akinyoti. Bourgeois. Now to the feet of Belmar. That was King a moment ago. Belmar's waiting on it. Bourgeois doesn't give it to him. He'll come back to Doyle. Minute 87, John Bouyer. Still 1-0. And Doyle hits it into space. Here's a burst from Wynn. Taylor had it covered the entire time, and now it's time to milk it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Wynn is fast and speedy and has a lot of pace, but he was never going to get to that one. Just tried to play it into empty space there and let Wynn run onto it, but it's better served just putting that one on the ground.
Tambakis. Deleuze and Bolu Akinyoti, a little bit of a collision. Lays to the feet of Tambakis under pressure. Handles it. Watch Deleuze now. Deleuze, little trap, bumped off the ball. Iwolo. They both run into Akinyoti. You gotta believe Nashville SC is gonna have at least one more shot. Well, not when that happens though, as though knock it out of bounds, kind of an unforced error, be a throw in for North Carolina FC.
Yeah, you don't want to give the ball away when all the momentum is going your way.
Spees now, gonna run downhill, see if he can draw a foul, plays it into space. Miller does not have much left in the tank, and that ball played too far ahead of him. He'll knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, for two players who have given it all for almost 90 minutes here, you need to play it to their feet because they're not going to get to anything that's in front of them like that.
Seconds away from minute 89. Long ball, Brotherton does a good job shielding, and it'll be a goal kick. Will Papa Mensah on for Lancaster, and we're at minute 89.
I think he's just a little frustrated with the service there. A long ball played over the top and just so far in front of them. They're not giving themselves the opportunity to even get the ball and take on the defender.
There's Iwolo doing the work that the beautiful man John Bouyer just told you about. That's fantastic work right there by the center forward.
Yeah, and as you said, just posted up right there with Doyle and doing everything he can with his body there just to hold him back and win that ball, and wins a free kick to slow things down.
North Carolina FC on top 1-0. A win would push their record to 8-2-6 under first-year head coach Dave Sarakin, and push their point total to 30. Indy 11 at 33, Tampa at 33. Indy, I believe, tied Louisville, so they'll go to 34. And Indy will have played 16 games. This is the 16th game now for North Carolina FC. It'll go off of Fortune. They need to react quickly. Win with a quick throw-in. Davis, marked by Guillen. Fortune comes over. Knocked out of bounds off of Fortune. 90th minute. Waiting to see how much added time. Mensah In the 18 now, out of it. Tough ball for Davis. It goes out of bounds, and it'll come back to North Carolina FC. What a break this is.
That's just frustrating for Nashville. They had him down the line, and he just played it too far in front of him. He couldn't get to it. Now they're going to slow things down, and they could probably kill this game.
Dave Sarakin could make one more change if he wants to, but he seems to be okay. We will find out in just mere seconds how much added time we'll have. Now it's going to be a yellow card to DJ Taylor. 4 minutes of added time. It'll go off of Doyle back to North Carolina FC. 4 minutes, a long time.
Well, forget what I said about killing the game off. Nashville's definitely going to have another couple bites at this thing, but they've got to hurry.
Iwolo, that's a handball on Doyle. They don't call it. Instead, they'll call the throw-in. Oluwakinyodi comes over to get the ball for DJ Taylor. Taylor already given a yellow card for time wasting. Long throw to Iwolo. Good one, too. Iwolo down near the corner flag. Doyle over there with him. And it'll go off of Iwolo, and it'll be a goal kick.
Nashville's got to hurry here, but there is still a couple of minutes left. No need to just flick one ball in and hope things happen. They still have time to get this ball down the field.
Yeah, they have almost 3 minutes. That's plenty of time. Davis will get it back from Doyle. Now Davis with his left foot, trying to find Rios. Duvernay is there. Miller tries to clear it. Can't do it first time, can't do it second time. Now Miller goes down. They'll say play on. Sent back in. Smith gets a piece of it. Guillen snaps at it. And now Spees. Look at that ball from Spees to find Deleuze. Now Deleuze looking for options. He'll give it back to Spees. Deleuze just never panics.
And great work there from Spees just to hold that ball up and find the general Deleuze on the outside. And Deleuze brought it right back to him.
Trey Fortune goes down to the ground.
Fans, it's an Alpaca free kick. Fans in section 303 get a buy one, get one offer tomorrow if a goal is scored on any Alpaca
Smith
free
is
kick.
over the ball. Boy, Nashville making some mistakes here as well with some unnecessary fouls and knocking some balls out of bounds. 93rd minute. Here's Deleuze. Deleuze to Iwolo. Iwolo going to head to the corner flag, going to try to kill this game off. Iwolo, can he earn a corner? He turns. It'll be a throw-in. Did not go out of bounds along the end line. Instead, the touch line. It'll be a throw-in for Deleuze.
Just a little bit over a minute left, Dean.
A minute, 10 seconds to be exact. This time they will give it back to Nashville. So Nashville will have a chance here with exactly 60 seconds or thereabouts remaining. Bombed long from Sparrow. Brotherton doing the job. No, now they're going to call a foul on Brotherton as Rios goes down.
Here you see it again. It looks like Brotherton had the position and Rios just undercut him.
Taylor looking for Iwolo. Iwolo going to try to spin off, putting pressure on Doyle. Doyle will come back to Sparrow. Iwolo, look at him, still working. Iwolo tracking from behind, long ball. Papa Mensah. It will go off of Taylor, they'll say. Throw in Nashville. Taylor's already got the yellow. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's got to be careful on that.
10 seconds or so left. Bolo Akinyodi back over to Davis. Davis, ball sent in, a good one, back across, and Tambaka should seal it there.
Another great opportunity for Nashville right there at the ending.
North Carolina FC climbs the ladder, a big win over Nashville SC, 1-0.
And great work from NCFC in the second half. Nashville brought everything they possibly had, Dean, but they just couldn't get it done. Great work in the back, great work all around for NCFC, and they get the big win.
Huge win, another one for Dave Sarakin and North Carolina FC. Ben Spees, the goal scorer. Alex Tambakis with that final save. Dre Fortune in the middle of it all. I want to thank our entire crew, producer Evan Badler, director Joe Ferreira, Expression Savannah Revel, Colin Thrash on audio, Ian Lang on replay. Our fine cameraman Brian Ware, Curtis Adams, Cam North, Nora Seidenberg, and Tim Arms. For the beautiful man John Bouye, I'm Dean Linke. Once again, your final score here on ESPN Plus. North Carolina FC 1, Nashville SC 0. Leaving you saying, how about North Carolina FC?
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.